Danigirl is at Savant Academy of Business.
I'm so excited.
Opened by Miss Eva Tillman and partners. You are like Monica Bethune to me right now. I'm gonna cry. I thank you so very much for this and bringing this to the community of San Bernardino. Business school, financial literacy, kindergarten.
Yes.
Dream it, do it. What did you say?
I'm going to college!
Thank you, USC School of Cinematic Arts. Dream it, do it! From here to Shanghai, what up? I sing, act, and dance. I'm a triple threat. I'm a school teacher too, so that's why I really came here, because I really think that the art saves lives. I think that having a creative expression just helps society out so much better. I found from being from San Bernardino that I've seen what artists do in terms of building communities, staying out of trouble, making better choices for themselves and others, and having like a lot of self-esteem that they get to actually become leaders of tomorrow, and I would like these kids to become. They're gonna call me crazy, yeah, but you're gonna see me making history. Let's go, pack light, let's go. Gotta go. Let's go, pack light, let's go. See the signs as you go. Harriet Tubman. They're gonna call me crazy, yeah. Oh, you caught me doing my workout. It's my invincible workout. It's my dream it, do it, Danigirl machine. Well, why is it invisible? Glad you asked. It's an invincible, universal workout. You see, it's a cycle that breaks through barriers and shifts paradigms. And that's not common. You see, I've always been influenced by powerful people and movements that have influenced making the impossible possible. Movements like the Underground Railroad, movements like the Civil Rights Movement and the Harlem Renaissance, where artists used their talents to help the world escape the Great Depression, and that was not in a pill. Movements like the Civil Rights Movement, where we all got to see and open up our limited, segregated minds and see how we can have social justice and equality. But most importantly, one of my biggest influences is the movement of the law of attraction, science and religion that allowed us through movies like The Secret and the Moses Code that we are naturally benevolent beings, ready to lend a hand and connect and help each other go to the next level. Like we were when our towers came down. And we all saw for ourselves that this was not about race. We are all one here, and we all naturally grabbed each other's hand and connected. You see, I was there in New York City, so I have seen firsthand what it looks and feels like when people are shifted, fiercely pierced into a new paradigm, and you just go, this is not it. We can do better than this. So then the question becomes, well, how do you get your invincible cycle? It sounds easier said than done. Not so much. You could start with the Diana Ross song. Lift out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place if you can. You see, first thing is this. There comes a time in everyone's life when we all wake up and we go, this is not it. Something is better than this. And you naturally shoot for the stars and you have a date with destiny. And in that date, you get a purpose, a mission, a blueprint downloaded inside of you. Ironically, it's been there all this time. But better yet, it's yours. It's yours. No one has your destiny. So it's your responsibility to let that greatness unfold. Now, second, how do you start to work your invincible cycle? I like to think of it like looking at a telescope, and you're looking at the constellations, and they look very small and very far away, and you can touch them. But when you get up there, you find out that those stars are bigger than all of us in this room. Acts of service, bigger than all of us in this room, and you start working your cycle through acts of service, and then you start breaking barriers of doom and gloom and mediocrity and complacency, because you know deep down in your soul that you are better than this. But third, how do you maintain it? Your why. When I teach, I hear a lot of my students come to me and say, Miss Hobbs, my mom was like that. My dad and my uncle are in jail, so the same thing will happen to me. No, it won't. Because what I'm hearing them say to me is, Miss Hobbs, I know that there is something better, but I don't know how to break this pattern. So yes, I am breaking patterns of doom and gloom and blackouts. Quick interjection. Harriet Tubman had blackouts while saving slaves. It is in a book. You can Google it. She actually once blacked out under a wanted sign for her by a slave master. So if she could do what she has done, you can break your patterns of dysfunction too. So yeah, I'm breaking patterns of I can't change with Michael Jackson's Make That Change. Look at the man in the mirror. And for all of you, I challenge you today to rise up, lift up, and reach somebody's hand. Make this world a better place. And you can. They're gonna call me crazy, yeah. But you're gonna see me making history. Let's go, Pat Light, let's go. Gotta go, Let's go, Pat Light, let's go. See the signs you go. Harriet Tubman. Madam Toastmaster. Good evening. I'm Danielle Hobbs. I'd love a mic. I love the God stick.
Here we go.
Hello. Moses. My name is Danielle Hobbs. I am what you would call a Renaissance woman in the making. A Renaissance woman is a person that is not necessarily a jack of all trades. I actually do sing, act, dance, write, teach, empower people, and I'm good at all of it. So a Renaissance woman is a person that can actually say, been there, I've done this, I've had my hand on this, I've brought value to this, and I can back it up, and I still continue to do it. But at the end of the day, I'm really just a creative girl from San Bernardino, California. I've had my own cards that have been dealt. And before I show you all the lovely bells and whistles to me of abundance choreography, because, you know, I view myself as more than enough, not lacking anything, and that's my, you know, mindset that I took upon myself. Being from San Bernardino, this is just a little bit of what my cards were. When I was 13 years old, my sister had died from cancer. She had bone marrow cancer. In the same month, my brother went to jail for drug trafficking. In the same month, my parents divorced, which was planned. They stayed together for me. But my parents were educators, and they believed in being well-rounded. And well-rounded doesn't necessarily mean that you're super smart. Well-rounded means that you are artistic, you are intelligent, and you're sociable, so I'm a little bit of a social butterfly. And that's what being well-rounded was, you know? Just like you guys come here and you would get to indulge in your art, or whatever it is that makes you feel good and be creative, using your creativity to push you forward to another level. That's basically what my parents had brought me up as. So of course, even though I came from the hood of San Bernardino, I was the girl that was called, you know, you talk like a white girl, and you think you all that because your parents had you in dance class. And then now those same people are, years later, on Facebook saying, I'm so proud of you. You're the only one that made it off the block, you know, but I definitely value all of that because I do come from something that's very concrete, very real. And, you know, it doesn't take a shooting to put San Bernardino on the map, but we all know, I mean, I've been around the world a couple times and people in other countries have looked at my ID and gone, oh, you're from San Bernardino. And I have to go, you know what? We're not all like that. We're not all going to shoot you in the face because you broke up with our sister, but that's just where I come from. However, I say that to say this. I found out last night, other than I've been empowering youth for a long time now with Dream It, Do It, and whatever you dream, you can do. Walt Disney said it as well. It's very true that I really have been a creative person because my cards that were dealt, I could have gone a whole nother way, but I didn't. My parents I could have been that rebellious child that was going out of the things that happened to me when I was younger, but I didn't. And by the grace of God, and just having really good, loving role models in my life, even if my parents weren't there, having really good big brothers and sisters and mentors in my life, I was able to have the opportunity to grasp and become a really good artist, and then grow up and teach very good artists and help them become even greater. One of the people that I really am happy to teach is the hottest chick in the game, Beyonce. Another person's been Shakira. But I've been able to work with, ironically, if you looked at my resume, the best of everybody. And sometimes I forget because I graduated at 16 from Eisenhower High School, went to Cal State Long Beach, which is the best, yeah. I think it's the best college in the world, right? Graduated with my BA at 19. My parents said, oh, you're not big enough for the big bad wolf of life. It's not in a book, which is very true. And you should stay and get your master's, but you couldn't tell me nothing. So at 19 years old, I graduated with my BA and was immediately doing music videos with Snoop Dogg and Usher and Master P. And got to see what show business, hip hop, the birth of it, the manifestation of it, the evolution of it, got to experience that. I moved to New York, got to experience the evolution of watching someone like Jay-Z go from Hard Knock Life tour, all the girls in Foxy Brown get on the floor, to basically where he is today, you know? And it's really something of a journey that I've been through, that I don't devalue now that I can look back on it, because it all started in rooms like this. It all started in rooms where somebody had some gift that nobody paid attention to, but someone allowed them in Compton to come somewhere and let it out. Where someone got to draw a picture on the board, or someone got to write that poem that turned into a spoken word, that turned into a rap, that turned into you being on the Philadelphia corner with the Roots, just doing your thing. And so that is just creativity, and that is true love. And that's really the blanket or the cord that I'm cut from. Like, only a couple people that are really cut from that blanket, you know, and I'm cut from that, you know, that I learned how to be almost like an alchemist, learning how to take what's been given to me and not let it victimize me, but to take it and say, you know what, I'm going to write that next Adele song. You know, you may have broke my heart, you may have played me out, but I'm gonna make $1 million off of you to the left. Not this is what you need to do, let me give you a written out plan, but you can actually do this. You can actually pick another choice. We make decisions every day. And if you love something, like your family, if you want something bad enough, you will do it. It will appear for you. It's called serendipity. It's a book my parents made me read when I was little. But basically, serendipity means basically finding something without looking for it. So let's see, how many of us are just looking for a better life or a job? Let's keep it simple. Okay, we're looking for a job, right? So we look and we apply and we're beating down the boardwalk and we're beating down the bush, and then all of a sudden we take a deep breath and we just do what we do, and then life has this funny way of just going, here you go. And it's really weird like that. But you gotta believe in yourself to get through that. And you gotta be willing to go through the terror barrier and do the PLE and play to go through that. And you gotta be willing to observe and to leverage and to be positive about that. And you got to be willing to face your doubts and your fears and your terrors and all that. I can't do it's about that. And you got to be able to even be by yourself when no one else is around you to be like that, you know. And it's scary. It's very scary. Every great thing I do, I get hated on. But we're hated on too, as just young adults trying to do our thing, trying to get to the next level, right? Every time you get something, you get pulled right back. It's the same thing. It's going to be happening. So whatever you dream, you certainly can do. And that's really what I came here to tell you.
Hey, we're here at Little Miss African American.
Hey, we're here at Little Miss African American.
Having a great time, teaching our little girls what we know,
Yes.
which is a lot.
Yeah!
Hi, I am Danigirl, and this is for Little Miss African American. What did we learn today? Let's go from the top. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful. Beyond measure. It is our light. Not our darkness. That most frightens us. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. 1994 inaugural speech of Nelson Mandela. I am valuable. Stop. You will not treat me in this way. And in everything, do the right thing. It may take longer, but shortcuts cause setbacks. Dream and do it. Strike a pose.
Say hi. We're singing at Miss Little African American Pageant. Give your pageant wave, everybody.